So when you're thinking about building a website, there are a whole range of options that are out there in terms of what tools can you use to do it. And some of them are tools you can use yourself, and some of them really require some support some level of professional support, whether you have somebody entirely do it for you or somebody help you along with the process. And I just to come up with four types of tools that are out there. There's a content management system, a CMS. So I'll start with that. There are some of the free sites, the wizard sites that are out there. There are custom built sites, and then there are e-commerce stores that are out there. Those aren't necessarily all directly parallel, but I'll kind of talk about each. So I'll start with the free sites because I think often people will want, oh, I can create this for free. I've used a number of those free sites that are out there, and when I talk about these free sites, wizard sites, sometimes they're called, they generally will allow you to put whatever kind of content you want, but you're really tied into the structure and the design that they've developed. If they're good, they will allow you to use a logo and to do some of your own branding on the site. And regardless of the tools that you choose, it's essential to have that kind of branding. You know, if people know you through your logo, you want to continue that through the website, really through any of the tools that you're going to use. The nice thing about some of these wizards is they may also have a lot of clip art that you're able to use, and that's nice. They usually will have dozens, if not hundreds, of templates that are out there as well, but you're really kind of tied into it. It's very difficult to make changes. It's very difficult, if not impossible, to get back into the back end of it, to get into the HTML, which is very frustrating to someone like me. But you can walk away with something that looks pretty professional. I mean, but you will put your time into it. They're out there, you can create something that's pretty professional. If you're comfortable using a computer, if you're comfortable using Microsoft Word, any kind of word processing package, you will be able to figure it out, but you will spend a lot of time doing it. And you aren't able to go off the chart very much. What you see is what you get. And so that's what I'll say about, there's my rousing endorsement of free sites. Sometimes I think you get what you pay for. I'm going to talk a little bit now about the content management system, and I'm going to cut right to my favorite solution is WordPress. And WordPress is traditionally a blog software. But I think that people are starting to use it as a content management system. It is a little bit like those wizard sites, except you have a lot more flexibility in what you can do with it. And there are two flavors of WordPress. I want to start off by saying there's WordPress.com. If you go to WordPress.com, you can create a free website or a free blog. They will walk you through the process. They will even walk you through the process of buying a domain name so that you can have your own branded domain name, myshop.com, that will point to that free site. So I said I was going to give you something of value so you can get a free website. I think this is the better way to do it.
Hi, I'm Christine with Great Business Content. We really can't let this video go on without at least mentioning this service to you.
Thanks, Christine. Ann is talking about websites. Bluehost is a very easy site to work with. They even have a chat feature to walk you through the process. If you know how computers work, you might consider WordPress. If not, give Bluehost a try. Simply click on the screen link or go to our store page. Ann?
I find that a lot of people to use WordPress.com. It's very user-friendly. The WordPress.com by default probably comes with about 3 dozen templates. Some of them they range. Some of them look very professional. I think in case somebody's going to go out and do it, I think that it's important to notice that there are generally 3 types of content on WordPress.com. There are the posts, and if you think of it as a blog, a web blog, and I think most people have seen those today. Those would be the sort of like the daily or weekly articles that come up. Those are the very dynamic information that you're posting on a pretty regular basis. It's one piece of information, one way that you can put information on your website through WordPress. They also have pages. And the pages are the more static. And depending on the template you choose, you might have this regular run of articles that you're doing on a regular basis, but across the top, you may have links to different pages, products, staff, about us, contact. There you go. You may decide that you don't want yours to have, you may want to have sort of that brochureware that we were talking about earlier. You don't want to have updates on a regular basis. So your homepage may just have one blog post, says who you are, and then you've set up these pages. There you go. There's a free website. And I think that this tool is much easier to use than most of the wizards that I've seen out there. So those are two ways to offer information. Then there are also widgets. And just to take a look at the standard website layout, very often they're on the right-hand side. These widgets are pockets of information that you can post. You can post a text widget, might just have your address. You could post another widget. That widget may get the RSS feed from your Facebook page. So suddenly you can put this widget in that will show your conversation that you're having on your Facebook page. Maybe you use something like Constant Contact. Constant Contact does email newsletters. You can have people sign up for your Constant Contact newsletter through your site. That may be another widget. So you add that widget, you can put in that content. So that's something that I like about WordPress.com. WordPress.org is where you can get the software if you want to host your own WordPress site. And I have to say that that's kind of the direction that I'm moving with most of my customers at this point of time. And generally what it is I'll set up the website for them. Then you have a choice of hundreds, thousands of templates that are out there. Because it's a hosted site, I can get back into the code, so I can make any changes. You have a lot of freedom to make whatever changes. The truth of the matter is you can create a template from scratch. They're not that difficult to create. I often find that with hundreds of thousands of templates out there, generally we can find something that we just want to modify. Again, because we want to make sure that we've got the logo and the rest of the branding to match the t-shirts and the business cards and everything else that you might have for your business. Otherwise, I think they offer the same options. You can have posts, you can have the widgets, you can have the pages. You can also have a whole range of, very similar to the widgets, you can have plugins. And plugins add more functionality to your site. In fact, there is a plugin that will allow you to do e-commerce through a WordPress site. So the thing that I like about it from a developer is that I'm able to get into the back end. So we love this template, but we don't like it orange. All right, I can get back into the code. Now it's green, now you love it. We love this, but we want to change this graphic. That's fine, I can get into the code, I can change it, and it can create pretty much exactly what you want. Depending on the template, the example that I used, turning the site from orange to green, some templates will allow you to do that very easily. Sometimes you do have to get back into the code. When it comes, that's where I think it makes sense to get a professional in, because otherwise you can spend hours and hours of time. If you've never looked at code before, it's not going to make sense to you. If you're looking to do a little bit more, I would look at getting a professional to create the site for you. Once the site is created, then there's just a login. You just need to be able to get online. You go to the back end of the database because it's of the website, because it's a content management system. You put in your username, you put in your password, you get to the dashboard. From here, you can add a new page, you can change a page, you can add a new post, you can make changes to the widgets as much or as little as you want to. There are other content management systems that are out there. Drupal is another one, Joomla. The idea is similar. The devil's in the detail with it. So there's the free sites, the WordPress sites. If someone doesn't have anything, or maybe they're not happy with what they have, I often say, why don't you show me 3 or 4 websites that you like? Maybe in your industry, maybe not in your industry. It doesn't matter, but at least gives us something to start with. What are the design features that you like? I work with somebody they do educational nutritional materials, but what they really wanted is there was a young woman who was working there, and she'd say, I just wanted to work the way that Victoria's Secret website works. So, all right, well, that's unusual homework for me, but I will go and take a look at it, And that's what she wanted. She wanted to be able to click on the product and see what it looked like from all angles, and it was a perfect description for me. So it's very, very rare, especially for a small business, that you want to entirely recreate the wheel. Take a look at what's out there.
Hi, I'm Christine with Great Business Content. I hope you're enjoying the information in this video. We constantly update and add to our video content. Subscribers are notified with each new update. Are you a subscriber? If not, simply click on the screen link, fill out the form, And it's that simple.